trophy themselves. Valorant himself, he's out for revenge here today, but you got to take it one game at a time, and it's all on the line. No one remembers the team that goes out 9-12.
We're opening on Lotus the same way that those Bangkok finals opened as well. That time, G2 got the victory 13-5, despite T1 looking very good with that old double duelist comp they used to pull out on Lotus at the start of this year. Both teams have evolved since then. And you see T1 taking a bit of mount control at the start. T1 have a couple of different openings. Their comp does like to fight for rubble, or likes to open slowly like this. Usually with Isu actually being the player to slow take rubble control. But this time it's DH and Meteor. And it looks like they're going to work their way back into A here. Trying to keep as many G2 bodies towards C and B as they can, but the pressure's coming towards Leaf. No snake bite. No great way of holding.
No, he's the sole recipient here. Might see a few signs of life. There it is. Bodies spotted out. Going to be calling for a bit of help now as well. Looking to try and retreat to a bit of safety, but he is stuck in pit. Meteor immediately drawing blood. Trent taken out towards stairs. That horn does need to be broken. Dealt with again. Reveals the position, and I believe even squaring up for a fight himself. A lot of damage done here. Buzz dropped down to 12 HP, but no kills claimed. T1. Lightning fast start for them.
G2 coming in through the flank, not detected by Meteor's flash just yet.
Balance alone. The fight here to be taken off of Buzz's contact. A Paranoia sweep through on either side. Might even up the fight ever so slightly. Izu is low enough as well, so could still be winnable here for G2. And now trying to make moves over towards it. A flash with the connection. Jorgamo eager to draw blood even further forward here. G2 are really trying to dissect most of this site. And the hold is just dismantled. T1 might have got themselves onto the side here, but where's the pushback? T1 just can't quite get a handle on it. DH does his best. But the best not quite good enough here. G2 get the pistol win. I mean, despite losing 2 players early.
A 3v5 win for G2. Because I think Meteor makes a perfect play there. Going up to try to cut off Trent as he's coming on the rotate, completely isolates Leaf on site. But I've seen Jorg do the most disgusting stuff with this frenzy. And he pulls it out again there, perfectly coordinated on the retake. T1 fell to pieces. Play of the tournament, in my opinion, so far, that Jorg frenzy 4K, I think it was, on Abyss. It was actual magic to watch.
Disgusting.
He's a big game player.
Typically always going to be turning up for them. I'm making sure to deal with gate crash. No funny business. Jorgamo with an open up the door.
And T1 back it up. And now they're thinking, okay, well, was that Jorg tapping the door and TPing away? It doesn't look like there's too much pressure here, but as the door opens once more, T1 shuffling backwards. Don't want to get caught in a big scrap over here.
No, just looking to pick up the orbs if they're freely available. Build up towards the odds. You can see them prioritizing Izu. The dimensional drift going to be an important tool.
Meteor is one of those players on T1 that you've got to have your eyes on today. He is a monster player.
Spike down A.
And he's always so happy to go and take an opportunity. Look at him here again. This time, though, anticipated.
Yeah, Caesar defeats. Quick mop up as well of the available players. Leaf is just absolutely on point. Look at that. Whiff against him, he's going to capitalize. Pulls out a sidearm, teaches you a lesson. That's 4 kills for him. A flawless round for G2. Strong beginnings.
Building up towards the Yoru and the Viper ult very early on here.
Yeah.
Both excellent. You're playing on defense side Lotus. And like Mimi was saying on the desk, it is their favorite side. Which is a little unusual for Lotus, because usually we see teams.
Are you guys even aiming yet or no?
More on the attack. Oh, that's
Okay, it's giving it out already.
Did you even get a chance to shoot your gun?
Yeah.
Not the documentary references coming out. Valen's out for vengeance today.
He is. Said it himself, he's been thinking about that grand finals and what went wrong for many, many months. T1 were living rent-free. Gonna get a chance on the bonus here for G2. There's still heavy weaponry, could do some damage. Don't want to scoff at them when they're holding those stingers in their hands. T1 trying to be careful as they approach around this A-Rubble fight.
Yeah, because Buzz does actually go down in one shot, and he was the player at risk there. Meteor's tucked super deep here over towards B. If he opens the door, it will force Jorgamo to take that gate crash.
There it is. Leaf's just going to be claiming a life in DH. Straight down there. Meteor shows his hand. Door opens up though, so we'll have to respect that position. Jorgamo with the TP back, he's disrespecting even further. This is going to be the plant down onto B here from T1. This flank reactivated. G2 looking to see if they can contain. Level of awareness that there could be someone about as well. That gun being defended by Izu.
It is really common to leave an A insert. I don't think they'll expect Jorgamo to be on the B flank.
No, G2 have just given this one up entirely here, but a Paranoia sweeps and does collect and collide onto the two of them as well. Trying to make sure you can take the fights cleanly. Buzz would be traded out and straight from the flank. Going to calm down the aim and the nerves, but still those shots are finding the targets here. This is G2 overwhelming on the B side. A bonus conversion for them early on.
And they're in complete control there. I was expecting T1 to be trying to open the door and take some mount control to flush Jorgamo away. And Jorg just gets to do whatever he wants here. He was actually the one who opened the door to put pressure on Meteor as the hit came through into B. Then he just walks fully out. He's on the flank.
Look at that.
No wall, no coverage, no flank information.
No.
And now Odin comes out to play very early, and Jorg can just keep this outlaw going.
Dangerous thing for Machina G2. You know they like to opt into the outlaw picks as well. A lot of pressure coming towards Valen though. Feeling it. Stressful encounter. A lot of noise being made by T1 as well. They're not shy. They want to get involved here over towards the site. Good util going to be used as well to try and piece this together onto the site, but Valen will concede, give it up, back up.
Guiding through.
T1 want to take it a little bit further here. This is a deep fight to be taken as well. Gliding, sliding and hopping all over the place here is Buzz as well, trying to make the most of this one, but still casualties felling the T1 approach, and now the Dimensional Drift earned up. Spotting out these players. Jordan's going to be pinging this out to the rest of his team, just brought onto the corner. It's a Caesar connects onto two of them as well. The salvos towards the back. There is nowhere to run and no safety, no respite whatsoever. Rolling back onto the side just leaves it the stacks of Meteor, but they are no more.
That is such a fantastic little counterplay there by G2. I love the idea from T1. You get posted up deep, you fight within the range of your stingers. Here, he pops the ultimate, Jorg. He sees the opponents flash into a seize. That cuts off their audio cues, so he gets a free play to just uncloak, dissipate behind them. It's even comboed up with a stun from the Tejo as well if you needed it. I mean, how often do you see seizes comboed with the Dimensional Drift? It's usually a Paranoia or something like that, but that's a sick play.
Look at Jorg. Hasn't slowed down from the previous series. 8-2. He's known to be a big game player when it comes to these events. He'll step up, he'll show his best form.
Well, this time they're taking a massive battle over here towards Mount. Yeah, T1 opt in.
Big group up. It's delayed by T1, looking to try and send it forwards. Now it's a deep TP alongside the Horn. Parts of it broken as well, but Jorgamo will be forced to respect this one a little bit further back. Izu in their faces now. Same with Buzz. Fine defensive, and Valen just overwhelmed from that presence. It's a little bit too much to overcome in that spot. T1 will get access to the site. Jorgamo in through the back, and he is swiftly dealt with. Top of it. It's all just going a bit wrong here for G2 on the hold. T1 again, very aggressive.
Both teams showcasing that they can get big value out of the Yoru ult. The Yoru ult there gave Buzz the perfect stun. And now they pushed up deep again. This double duelist hold so far up towards spawn. Trent, very small chance of being able to crack this.
Gonna go for it though, they've got the money. At least holding for the exits for now. Time starting to tick away from them. Will mean that the round win, less likely. Trent just looking to do as much damage as possible. The game plan here, G2.
They need the guns.
They do, they definitely do. DH falling, they're getting whittled down here. Just two remaining, Izu. Shot to the back of the head, Jonah. Jumping up and around, Izu will survive. Stacks goes down to the spike, so only one player surviving with the gun.
Yeah, that is not great for T1. The round itself, really excellently put together. I love the value that they got out of the Dimensional Drift. As I said, it informed Buzz's stun perfectly, and then that push up towards the back, both of the duelists holding hands to take a ton of necessary space, but
Let's
the
go,
economy,
let's go.
The economy is going to be in a bad spot. It's not like they should eco this one, but look at it.
Oh.
3 light armors, a Bulldog, a Guardian. They're on the verge of getting ecoed again, and they're going up against an Oppen and Odin.
It's not good.
And Jonah's got the Odin right here.
T1 do have some big ults though, potentially to use into this one. Fully opting into that rubble fight. Big reveal, big horn. Valen's close quarters now, rifle in hand. Holding this one against them. That Paranoia has a flash on either side into his face with that Prowler as well. Just drifting around, trying to get a handle onto most of this one here. T1 just surging forwards, buzzes that spear point. Not to be denied his chance to really fight and answer back. guaranteed round win here for T1. There's not much that Leaf can do other than just trickle in, look for a couple of kills, maybe some exits again, because again, the economy does matter.
But I think T1 have recovered at that point. I mean, this was the dangerous round where their eco would have been in a bad spot, but
For sure.
Buzz is so fearless about it, man.
He just sent it.
He was blinded, nearsighted,
Yeah.
and he's just running through with full confidence that even if he dies, his teammates will be able to trade it out. The flash itself also connecting onto Valin made it very difficult. You know, bizarre situation, and it's Leaf who doesn't collect the gun, and now the pressure back on G2's economy actually, because you know those Ops and Odins are pretty expensive to try to bring out for the defense side. The fast pace is working here for T1. What a silly scenario. Yeah. Valin was the one who actually got unblinded quicker, but with the Prowler in his face, got distracted for a moment, and Buzz is so clean with that ult.
A little bit of overcommittal there, perhaps, from Valin. Correct me if I'm wrong as well. Did Leafs just commit the ult in that last round too?
Yeah, it was a big investment. Maps, all of them. Hard to tell who's in better form. I guess most people would be favoring G2, but I think the map pool makes it extremely possible for a T1 victory, and they're showing why in these last couple.
Good resilience. Big bounce back here, but that's a fight forwards that was really G2 eager to take that one, but still they will have to respect it and just go backwards from that. That's a salvo to the C's. Was able to just hold tight to the corner though. No real damage done. It's a fast-paced comp from T1, easy to disjoint a lot of these traps that G2 will try and go for.
Yeah, it's true, but because it's an eco round for G2, they're just going to be following noise and trying to take a big brawl as well. And I think Meteor looking for an opening pick.
He's not alone. DH is by his side. DH has been a real big performer.
Meteor's got an ultimate to work with, but you don't really want to use it on this round. It's a half buy, it's an eco for G2. Doesn't have as much value as if you were to use it on a rifle, but in a pinch it'll work.
40 seconds left. A lot of tiptoeing around here by T1. Not sure what direction they want to go in. I mean, they're moving the spike away here from B control is still theirs, but again, you don't have the time, really. 30 seconds.
They don't know where anyone is on A. I mean,
towards A. They've got no clearance on rubble.
There could be a player rubble. There could be a player tucked towards blue room. Could be a player tree.
This could be disastrous here. The only silver lining, there's only 2 players ready to receive, and Jonah P just had that Sheriff just trying to rattle off the shots again, but he's just missing, going wide ever so slightly. Still, he's going to get his chance to really deny it, and now onto the side. Buzz has got to try and crack this one open like a hot knife through butter. He's going to find it. Still, that spike does need to get planted, and Jorgamo is quick on the scene of the crime once more. Drops down here. Needs to be that defense. He's denied it. That's a round win. G2 steal it right from underneath them. The time just getting the better of them.
That's a gifted round. A gifted round. I don't know what T1 were up to in terms of their macro in that round. They got scared, maybe, by the amount of players that they'd seen over towards B and C, but they hadn't left an insert. Jonah B even takes a long time there to be able to get a kill. Ensures the savior towards the end.
Yeah.
What a weird one. T1 put together 2 nice rounds playing quickly, and then 1 round where they play so slowly, they literally can't get the spike down in time.
Investment here from Jorgamo 2 with the operator. T1, same rubble fight. No contention really from the side of G2. Willing to give them a lot of that space. So Jorgamo even know that Buzz is inserted on the left side. Could be in danger. Could be Meteor who's the one in danger here, but a Prowler sidestepped. Not dodged enough in time here. We'll have to TP out and respect that one. He's miles away. That leaves Valin on a bit of an island. Steel Garden will open up the side here. No one is home. Sidestepped as well from Valin, so he's still got his primary and wants to slip back in and potentially do some damage. But when the hit's coming through, and my God, damage it is! It's 3 players in a blink of an eye, drop back to the spectator seat, and they have to watch in dismay. It's up to Buzz and Meteor now, who try and put this one together. Again, that dimensional drift just lights up all the players, all the information in the world given up to G2. Meteor wading right back in.
What a round from Valin.
That's crazy.
I mean, those are the kind of moments that he will have been fantasizing about in a rematch against T1 after he had 3 tournament points in Bangkok and couldn't capitalize. But this round he puts just the right amount of pressure to draw the ult out of Meteor and then slips back in for a 3K. Magical stuff from a guy who's been playing some of his
you guys
best
like that
Valorant.
shit? Come on, bring that shit on!
And T1 are taking attack timeout. A tournament winner. But we're a long way away from talking about tournament winners, even though we're discussing the Masters Bangkok finals. This is an elimination game.
Yeah.
One of these teams isn't even going to make playoffs.
Purely a battle for survival. No one remembers the team that exits early out of playoffs.
Except in the sense that they disappointed everyone. And had a fall from grace, because I think that's undeniable for either of these teams.
Absolutely. High expectations.
One of them, unfortunately, is going to have to disappoint.
Fake teleport. Cutting through.
Jorgamo might be receiving a lot of action soon. Potential of a heat check here, but that's just dodged into the side, and wow, just bites his time perfectly. It's 2 lays down, and Valen will follow up with that 1-2 punch. Hell of a combo, and hell of a shot by Valen. Sharp shooting across the board from G2. They are hungry to make a statement.
And the swagger is there, and it's palpable from G2. Big mistake from Stacks as well, not clearing this corner. He's not going to be doing that one again, is he? At least it was on an eco round.
Yeah.
At least that didn't happen on a super important eco swing moment. But that, yeah, there's some nasty shots coming out here. And I feel like since Baby Bay has been playing for G2, they do have a bit more of that swagger, a bit of arrogance even, maybe.
Time to jump.
Much needed. Baby Bay's injected it into this squad here, and now we're seeing a fast take. T1. I've got to correct the course somehow. Easy without dimensional drift.
But
they're not
the
committing
spacing
hard,
gap is so large between Isu and the rest.
They're trailing behind by miles here. Team's not even in tree at this point. Isu's the only one in towards backside. Now, luckily, no one's home. Just Jonah P looking to contain, make sure they don't over-push here from this spot. That's a seize up and overhead, but he did spot players in the process. Doesn't want to get overzealous here. Needs to wait for the right time to strike with the rest of his team. T1.
They need aggression here, Brent, in the post-plant T1. They can't just sit here and wait to be retaken.
Might be the aim for them still with Meteor gone as well. That's going to be a pressure applied now from the flank. Meteor was supposed to be holding back that onslaught, but G2 are now starting to group up, steadily moving towards Armageddon. Rolling out that carpet. Nowhere safe to stand on top of it. It's up to DH and the rest of the squad. Can they push back from most of this? Trent spotting signs of life here and no sound cues. That blind does connect. This is G2 just rolling over them now. It's an overwhelming onslaught of force. Isu will see if he can put a stop to it. He'll have to come out clutch. He'll have to do it now. He's gone into that 1v1. The damage done. Leaf dropped. And Isu, the one to do it all. That Red Bull clutch under his belt, sorely needed, delivers another round of T1.
Like you said, absolutely needed for T1 there. They didn't have the right level of aggression in the post plan there. I don't think the game plan particularly worked either, but Itsu really sharp on it. And even the spam through the box, he catches the fact that he's hit a headshot, so he knows that Leaf is still there. Good awareness. But T1 need at least another in this half. Leaf was thinking about picking up the op again, but doesn't, and here's a big brawl. T1 back it up. They're not happy about the level of resistance that they just met.
There's a lot of util.
There's no one fast over towards
TP?
City. Yeah, DH, he's going to commit this.
He's committed. In their spawn now. Trying to flip this one around as well, but that goes both ways. Valen also going to be looking to rejoin. Reinforcements arriving quick over towards this C site. Now, grouping up now. That flash is going to be absorbed and 8 up. DH does the most that he possibly can do from that spot. Still that one way. Left to contest with Isu wants a piece of it. The flash is perfect. And even through that one way, he's set up for the 1-2 combo.
The hero that T1 have needed in these last couple of rounds. He's been playing amazingly.
Pure mechanical skill on display. Leaf handed a few as well. Buzz will respond. Return, though, on either side. Leaf still active now. Picks up the weapon. Exchange of it. A few more bullets, but creeping from behind is Meteor. An unexpected angle. That's the insurance policy for T1 here. Time ticking. That's going to be making Leaf sweat from a spot like this. It's easy as anything at all here for Meteor. 7-4, T1 with a chance to really drag this one back to a real respectable half.
It's Isu again here, Brent, that does the magic. DH, by the way, doing a decent job in that spot too, but that flash peek as he sees the drone coming towards him, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Turns his own flash, jumps into the corner and then plays off the one-way. Brent, the way that Meteor took that fight towards the end, he's aiming at like Leaf's legs.
Yeah.
He's only got 3 kills. It is a bit strange seeing Meteor at the bottom of the scoreboard like this. Hasn't mattered too much. He's taking an early fight B main right now, though.
Will be offered up.
And he destroys them.
Okay.
Fair enough, I'll shut up.
Yep, narrative avoided. And Meteor, though, will be falling. Still just going to be going into the B-split. Trent, ready and available, at least with the salvos, trying to slow this one down. And VALORANT straight from behind as well. The disrespect is palpable. And the kills are still flowing in. It's just unbelievable. The form goes both ways. This is two teams that don't want to give a single inch.
Valen is playing powered by spite and vengeance, I
What
think.
it's feeling like. He was already saying, listen, I mean, a couple of months living rent-free in his head, thinking about that Bangkok finals, what could have been, what should have been in G2's minds.
He said they made a couple of months of my life miserable thinking about that final, so now I'll do it to them. I mean, crazy that he's coming out and bringing this level of fire.
Woke up early to be a hater, and I respect it. He certainly made this game interesting, and if he's playing like this, my God. It's taking everything from T1. Big clutch rounds, Easy's having to go above and beyond.
Meteor just got an insane 2K to open this one up.
And immediately undone.
Yeah. Undone instantly.
One enemy remaining.
It's a treat to watch, it really is, but there's more than one player on fire in this game.
An 8-4 half for G2. Still a long series yet to be played here, but
They would have been able to lift the trophy at the start of the year, something that G2 still haven't been able to do, and are looking towards this tournament at Champs as being their final time, the culmination of this narrative arc, but they're a long way away from it at the moment. 8-4, though, is a fantastic beginning on the half that they enjoy playing the most, but they've got to navigate a trap play here towards B main, and they're expecting a push. They're anticipating T1 getting aggressive with the double duelists.
biding their time and holding.
It's just a stalemate at the moment.
It is.
No man's land, staring at each other. And now T1 going for the push just as G2 give up the hold.
They maneuver away, either side.
Both teams having the exact same internal clock.
That's 5 players grouped up from G2. Flank rapidly approaching.
Yeah, well, the flash caught them as well. So Meteor knows that they're in mound. These flanking players know as well.
This could be a backstab to get them right back on track here for T1, but again, the timing is taken, and a big speed up. Meteor, even through that smoke, able to deliver the death blow to Jonah P, and now they reveal the hand as well. Off front and flank, Trent's going to be seeing all that presence, VALORANT as well, and need to be alerted towards it. That stun ricocheting right towards the back, and it's a good near side. In through it, Buzz is not done yet, a lot of damage done. The cleanup crew is there. T1 waiting in the sidelines, waiting in the wings. It leaves it down to Jorgamo to do it again, and surely not.
30 seconds left.
Frenzy in hand. We've seen filthy things, but a position like this, every avenue accounted for. There's just no way. There's just no way at all. T1 got it under lock, and a pistol around here to get them back into things.
It's an interesting pistol because so much of it comes down to that timing. Had T1 gone for the play 5 seconds earlier, they would have run into a triple face that G2 were holding. But they picked the perfect moment to go for that push out. And the flash from Meteor confirming which direction G2 were in as well.
Let's go!
Couldn't have gone better for T1. A great opportunity to get back into this game and even pistols on Lotus.
Where are they?
Going for the stinger buy here. Saving money in the bank, something that we've seen Sen do.
Time to jump.
Just in case G2 went for some kind of force, I would imagine.
For Llama on Jorgamo too. It's an interesting one. Most of his team looking to save up, but I don't know, maybe just a bit of a defense against an Outlaw and a Marshall buy.
Yeah, I think if he can tank the first shot against somebody playing aggressive on mound, there is a chance that you are then able to overwhelm them with just the classics. So there's a lot more interesting theory these days when it comes to these second round purchases.
Mind games on it. T1 as well.
Toxins going up.
It's a lighter investment in the form of the stinger. Still a weapon that can do a lot of damage. Open ground again. Slow beginnings on these attack side rounds for G2.
This smoke has started pulling people off B towards C.
Flash
Just as
sees it.
G2 go in.
3 players over though. The Storm's going to be stopping the return of the fire on that trade. Meteor
Spike down.
stands tall, stands proud. The rest of his team going to be trying to flood all the way back in here. He will fall, but he did the damage. That's what's important here. The only one to fall.
I got 2 away from the Steel Garden, so very large tool that could be up early on here for T1. Now, bonus round got G2 onto such fantastic footing early in the first half. T1 would love something similar. They're the kind of squad that on defense will be following the noise, looking to try to apply the pressure, and flood into sites to try to fight you as you're putting the spike in the floor. And the Stingers, the Spectres, it's good weaponry for that kind of style.
Very all in here from T1. A whole lot of util being thrown over, calling for the faster reaction. G2 immediately taking up control of this one. Flowing through as well, trying to bait out the potential of that wall, which will go up. And now the call to slow it back down again.
Fake teleport.
For T1, the idea is to try to find out where exactly things are ending.
Stax thinking about potentially pushing there.
Well, he's got double Prowler. I'm surprised that he hasn't tried to Prowler front B, because it would tell him what direction this is going.
TP into the back door. This looks like a committal on the side of G2. Jordan wants to try and get past a lot of that util. Flash and a salvo. Sees on top of it. Meteor just tucks tight to the side. He's going to avoid most of the ire of that.
And he's actually saved one of the Thorns and the Flash. So Meteor can still defend a C-push here quite nicely. Time's starting to tick.
G2 feeling like they have to pressure other areas. Leaf, though, is doing it alone. Snake fight. Lay it down. Bit of pushback here. T1 still. 3 players going to be locked over towards that A fight, while G2 now looking to capitalize. The clone that takes most of that. Flash into your face on either side. This really blinds it up. Meteor just trying to go ring around a Rosies, but he can't escape that one still. Done a lot of damage alongside Izu, and this is T1 looking to flood all the way in. There's a siege over towards that top as well. Weaker weaponry does not matter for them. Jonah P, even a stinger of his own, but that is being managed, handled over the shoulder. Needs to be that defense, and Leaf just baits them out into the open. A quick tap with time running this low, leaves it down to D8. 1v2. Rifle still there, but not expecting that timing. Jonah P strikes from behind.
Still a tough round for G2 to navigate. I think T1 still had a pretty nice idea of what was going on there. Leaf's pressure over towards A actually called 3 defenders to that side of the map, so there's only Meteor and Itsu here to try to hold things off, and they did a valiant job. But G2 in the end persevere and put that nasty tongue back in your mouth, Jorgumo. What the hell?
Crazy on the stage, okay.
Hold on.
Close window. Does break the economy ever so slightly here for G2. They're not working with too much T1. Still laughing about that? Yeah.
Jorg's got me.
Insane stuff.
What is he up to? The weaponry is really poor for G2 here. That bonus was massive. And Meteor's ultimate online as well, so T1 with a fantastic opportunity here to keep things going.
They're in a good spot. Even though they're 3 rounds down for now. Operator. Build and ready. Isu's got plenty of time on that gate crash, but he hears that drone, you will have to respect it. If he was suppressed, he's a dead man walking. Still posted up onto the corner here. And that flash combined with the first shot accuracy. Isu's right there. Salva's at his feet though, that is hot. Nowhere really safe to stand. Valen will at least punish that. Coming through, but it's bought time for Meteor to try and stand up to it. But G2 with Stingers. Different breed entirely.
Not a big fan of that decision from Meteor. His teammates were pretty far away, and now it's a 3v3 with weapons given over. And no ult as well.
Dropping back down, Jonah P looking to try and press the advantage as well. It's only Stax holding this one alone. It will be a 1v1. There's no real help from the rest of the team. Paranoia forwards. He's trying to hold it down.
What a swing.
Very much alone, and Stax does win that one out. Beautiful stuff. Sees avoided for now. TP forwards as well, and that's DH just sticking this one all the way through. Dominating the smoke. These angles, it comes down to the random spam, but it looks like G2 don't even want to opt into it. T1 dragging it back. Valen trying to survive. He does carry the rifle into the next, but this is getting close now. T1 finding it one step, 1 round at a time.
It was only a half buy. I'm surprised at the way that G2 played this towards the end. 2 players still alive and nobody contests the smoke. I mean, you can dip your face into that from the bottom and jump peek, and you might even be able to get confirmation, but they were pretty confident that DH was just going for the tap instead of the stick. Here's a big rifle round, though. This one's going to determine whether or not T1 are truly back in this game.
G2 are all in. See a TP across as well. A lot of util being thrown out here. Buzz pulled back. Valen, he's eager to take these fights. Izu, though, removes it, evens it out with the trade.
Who's next?
TP's back over towards the A side. Dimensional Drift is going to be the next layer of things here for G2. We're trying to spot this one out. Good flash in the peek onto it, and we're going to see the fight taken here. Buzz trying to really square up. Dimensional Drift to get Izu out of dodge. Spotting out where the remaining of these players are. Even if Exchange and picks up the rifle for it, but that is a crazy fight to take. DH wins it. Tree control dominated. T1 are putting a squeeze now. It's a fight script applied to G2.
Down A.
When they were least expecting it, it leaves it down to Trent now. 1v3 making a 1v2, and Meteor from behind does not want to let it get out of control.
There's a couple of fights here in these last few rounds that have been absolutely pivotal to T1 getting their feet under them and getting back into this game. I'm thinking about Stax' swing in the previous round over towards Waterfall. And here, DH just swinging out over Heaven here. This should have been Jorgamo getting the punish on it. And instead...
It's great movement.
Yeah, it's a wide swing all the way out. I don't think that DH knew he was there, but reacts to it in the moment and wins a critical fight to get his team back into things. His paranoia also being able to put the punish on Jonah P. And T1 genuinely back in the fight.
Where are you?
Looking pretty difficult to crack through here.
And his rounds have been rapid fire.
Well, this one should also be fairly pacey because Stinger's in hand, headed towards B.
Big group up.
Cover going out.
TP and a drone to lead the charge. Jorgamo's going to be able to entry into this one. He's already gained a lot of ground. Nightfall's going to be committed nice and early here. T1 trying to take this one forward. Again, Meteor survives, lays claim to the site, and the help of his team as well as complete domination. Contain the intrusion. G2 left to just sit tucked tight, wondering what the hell do we do now?
There's a large investment of ultimates there. Stax and Meteor both using ults to try to fend off the B hit. So G2, there's a small silver lining, but this almost inevitably is going to be T1 tying things back up. A great beginning to this half for them.
Very good read from T1 in this round too. Adjustment of the setup over towards B as well, anticipating that they would see G2 try and go for the B pop.
But they also faked the A rubble fight, right? So they go...
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
A lot of layers on that.
Yeah, push G2 back if they were contesting rubble and then insta-pivot into a B exec so that they're faster. I think there's a lot of credit should be given to Meteor on how he's playing these defensive setups though too, because
Here.
it's taking so much time off the clock for G2 when they want to do something to get into a site.
Silver lining here for Trent. He did get the orb, so we will have his ult for the next one. But this is T1 back into it. It's 9-9. They haven't stopped ever since they've hit the defensive half of this map on Lotus. Poetic as well that we see Lotus as the opener. Has forced that timeout out of G2 now. We're going to be seeing them having a bit of a word. Really struggling to deal with Izu's op. He's been getting consistent value.
I think I'm next. T1 would be feeling delighted if they were to win here on Lotus. And so rounds like this, all important for G2. They had an 8-4 lead, and they could slip away right here.
Orders the play with a drone to take it. Again, Izu forced to respect it.
Only just got out.
Doesn't want to be caught out in the open there with a suppression.
Look at both of these gate crashes, deep on C.
All already triggered as well. Seeing it, Thorns, Armageddon, lay it down towards the back. Izu trying to find that pocket to play in, but there is really no safety here. Salvas and a Haunt will have to take that TP back out. It's alive for now. Open sight now for G2.
I like that ult combo. Valen TPing into the corner, taking all of the space up.
Flashes
the plant, though,
forwards.
not committed.
No, they're making it feel really awkward.
And tapping the door, opening it up. This has got to be Leaf defending the flank.
Yeah, T turned up on multiple avenues now with that stun ricocheting. G2 to manage to hold it all the way back. Door slammed shut in their face. Meteor and Izu forced to do the rest. From a spot like this, quick reactions with the dodge. He just still wants to make a play for it. 2v4 for them. Hoping for 3v, hoping for the opening, but Jorgamo does deliver that. Shots to the head. Meteor's dropped. Izu going to be drifting away from this one. Wants to save onto the big gun. So G2 don't let T1 just walk all over them on this half. They get another round on the board and now taking that lead back.
They had to play a post plant there under a huge amount of pressure.
From everywhere.
I was calling Leaf being the playmaker because he was tucked super deep in mount. Leaf was actually, he missed the timing completely.
Right.
T1 was so fast to flood back in there that actually the work was done by the players on site. And that's tough because they've got util flying at them all over the place. Quite an impressive fight to win from G2 in that spot. And managing to dodge the stun and the C's and play out slightly more aggressive positions. G2 get a lifeline there because that almost certainly would have been T1 running away with the game. You look at the economy and T1 have still got a bit of a cushion to work with.
Did take a lot as well from G2. Trent Ultimate had to be expended for them to take control of that C site.
Yeah, and this one's quite a dry round when you look at the ults. Unless Leaf can get into position on site. And then G2 will have a massive advantage in post.
G2 haven't really been going for any A-Rubble reclears, but might choose to do so now. Very slow and spread across the map. Clone was sent forwards as well, just in case the wall was front B.
It's quite difficult to do one of these A-Rubble reclears, actually. Because DH has got the paranoia, and then there's a stun that comes through afterwards.
Yeah. Both sent out for now, though.
Yeah, actually, layering two of them on top of each other is going to give G2 a decent chance of getting back in now. Probably should have been one or the other from T1.
Yeah, nice and delayed here. Throne trying to take a bit of space, and we're going to see it. It's going to clear most of the way. Faking like they're taking the A-Rubble control. Stax is hyper-inserted. Front B breaking the Prowler, making it really uncertain for G2 to try and play. 38 seconds left.
And they're grouping up over towards C, but they haven't done any defaulting in terms of getting rid of the Vice util.
No, this is potentially disastrous right now for G2.
We saw T1 lose one of these rounds to the clock.
Yeah, smoke in their faces. It's a fake pressure to try and pull these players again, but as we were saying, they're going to pull back this util, and Izu happy to disrespect once more. Still stunned up, slowed down. Players trying to get themselves in. Again, that plant needs to go down with only barely any time to work with. It's up to Jorgamo. It's all up to Jorgamo. One-man army. He had to hold them off. It's a relentless piece of aggression here from T1 as well. Going to be slowed down with Jorgamo dropping, but that plant is down. That's the important part of it. Stax still eager to take the fight. It's forwards here alongside DH.
I'll find you.
G2 do have that player advantage though, but still that Haunt reveals. Valen beamed down for across the wall. Players repositioning. And a tap to try and pull them out wide into the open. DH with that instant return of the fire, but he doesn't expect this. Leaf, bit of whiffage onto the side of it, bullets through it, and final bullet, the reload has to be committed. DH in a tricky spot indeed. It needs to be precise, it needs to be sharp. Surgical, and the pressure is all on him. Leaf is just toying with him. Time denied against him, and G2 get to 11.
He's such a smart player, man. In that spot, it's so easy to get in your head and offer up a kill. And he just messes with DH completely. Jorg is such a hero, though, in this round. Because I think they messed up the macro a little bit here. Going back into C against Vice utility and two players on site.
You like that shit? Let's go, boys.
Jorg and Leaf playing that round immaculately, though. And now T1 forced to take. They spent a lot of time going for their A-Rubble reclear. But they, you know, it was successful. Once they baited out the paranoia and the stun, they were actually able to get back in. So it's a chance. This is probably one of the rounds where you want Leaf to be playing with the team a little more to play for that ultimate in the post plan too. So he's just going to throw down the orb on A, give the info to his team.
Well, has to be broken here. DH, you're hard committing into this fight. Does have the team to try and back away. Looks like really was trying to draw some of that blood out.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Nearly got punished in that spot, but manages to back up, save the paranoia. Jorg trying to duck away, making sure his head's as hidden as possible against that spam.
Time to jump.
The wall is on B.
Drone forwards, pulls out the thorns. A lot of util being layered down here with a vulnerability. DH trying to find a pocket to play in, but the angles are known well still. Meteor! Has collected itself two, and Stax is right round towards the side there. It is returned and traded out in time, but it's left it in a 2v2. Needs to be that defense. Valen trying to hold it down from that tight cut-up angle, and Izu is miles away.
Spike planted.
Now left in the 1v2. He's going to hope for some misplays on G2's part, but currently they're the ones holding the cards.
Closed.
Got to be able to get a free kill here on Trent.
It's been
have any
held
chance.
Forward by Trent. Out into the open. It's a headshot straight through the wall. Izu damaged, limping into this fight. He's got to be worried about it though, and now respected. Gun position is known. Valen can just play close to the corner. Trent can swing off him.
He's going to
unlosable. Yeah.
I'm really impressed with the way that G2 are anticipating these swings in. T1's style is very unusual. They play to deny the plant more than any team that we've got at this tournament. 45% of the time, if you look across stage 2, they didn't allow their opponents to even get the spike planted in the floor.
I mean, look at their comp. I mean, you're running Euro Neon.
Yeah.
Trying to follow the sound and trying to fight them.
And look at the way that they're flooding through Waterfall. It feels a bit trickly, and it is because G2 are very ready for it too. I don't think they're as coordinated as a team like PaperX, for example, with the way they pull it off, but look how ready the G2 players are for this fight to come through. I mean, this 2K from Meteor, very, very nice. But here, Valen just posts up, deals with stacks, and he's ready for another player afterwards as well to be walking through on a weird timing. And that is a 1v1. I mean, Trent is committed to getting the spike in the floor, so if VALORANT goes down, very different complexion of the round, but he's super aware. And now they're up to map point. All ults starting to come online for both teams.
Stacking up, could be explosive. Again, Izu constantly being forced to play a bit further back here. Respect the drone, TP away, but he's still been finding that good value. The operator in his hand has been consistent. Slow and steady by G2 though, not looking to open themselves up with any mistakes. Potentially going for that A-Rebel reclear again, grouping up.
I'd like to see DH and Buzz talk about who's using the paranoia or the stun.
Dimensional drift. Smoke in his hands here. I mean, listen, already passed most of this. Again, that paranoia and the horn. That's going to be a big reveal onto DH. Lit up, VALORANT will claim his life. Adversary down, and the slightest of angles to work with. Joel already expecting for that repeat. Stacks finished. It's a 3v5. G2 in the driving seat. And it needs to be heroics from Buzz. It needs to be here and now. Stuns, ricocheting, overdrive, off! And a multitude of targets to deal with, but too much to overcome. In a spot like this, still that ult held, but Meteor is back to everyone. And Jorgamo's going for the death blow. He's trying to finish this up and wrap up map number 1 in style.
He's a big game player.
Position, double sentinel.
Yeah, both
toss him out the window.
Yeah, going from double sentinel to double initiator, 0 sentinel. So it does make a huge difference to the comps. We haven't seen either of these teams on exactly these comps. No idea what to expect.
Meteor. Peeking early on, but he might have just missed that timing. Drone, though, is going to be spoiling most of that. Tries to pre-aim it. Meteor will take it out. The wall in his face, though. Setting this one up. Prowler going to be broken nice and early. Stray shots from Stacks, praying. Hoping for a connection, even getting a lot of damage chipped down into him. Wall triggered out, slowing down the fight once more. Shots in the dark on either side.
Buzz picking up a bit of info over towards mid. This Viper Wall very committed to an A finish. So even if you go back and re-explore, they're just looking to push people back and still end in an A split, I've got to imagine. I mean, T1 are not going to want to move their defenders away too much.
Leaf is deep inserted. Might be choosing to take a timing against Meteor as well. Fight to be had. He is hard tucked into the corner into A main currently, while this little bit of a sprint and pivot occurs over towards the other side of things.
It looks like they were thinking about running a B fake, and now Spike in this direction. Maybe VALORANT deciding to just end on B.
Yeah, maybe a bit of hard committal. You've seen that double dash over. Izu, hello. You've seen plenty of bodies, and he's out in the open. They've jumped on him.
All right.
And we're seeing it flood in here, and attempt by T1, at least the salvos make it so that there's only one pocket to stay in and stand in and try and stand your ground. Still VALORANT overwhelmed by that presence, but the bodies, they flood in afterwards. And after the fact here, G2 do have control of this, but it's still a 2v3 on pistol rounds. Anything's doable, anything's possible. Comes down to these fights that are taken. Stacks wins his out, but he's the last one left now into that 1v2. A lot of damage done to Leaf prior. One bullet will do him in. Doesn't matter where it lands, and he is hard clearing all of these positions. Found his mark, leaves it into the 1v1. Damage done though, 44 HP. Trent playing off here in a position that is planted in. It's not really ideal from him up towards top heaven. Trent taking that peak, jump spot, Stacks half onto the defuse already. He's earned himself a bit of a spot to win in here. Time pressure eased off, but Trent still lands those shots. And a pistol round here for G2.
Big reaction there from Stacks as well. Both hands on his head. Refocus now for the next round, but you could tell that he's pretty devastated that he lost that. And that was the exact moment where E2 realized that he messed up. Yeah. He double dashed in with his track down in the open to try to get some information. And they're way closer than he realizes. Yeah, there's the reaction I'm talking about. Stacks not happy with just where his bullets went there towards the end. That was very winnable. He was in a nice position. But it's E2's mistake that opens things. We're not sure how good either of these teams are going to be with this comp, or these comps. T1 could have been practicing it for weeks.
Drone, hello, TP, but you're still hard committed into the corner of the fight. They haven't cleared him. Jugstow's here. Surely there would be that return of the fire. It is there. You're right about the practice levels of these teams on these compositions, especially for T1. We haven't seen them since week 3 of Pacific. Yeah. On Corrode, so.
We at least know that G2, this is a last-minute pivot. You don't know for T1 how long they've been playing this. Leaf, checking the flank. You've got to be doing that pretty religiously because no Sentinel in your comp giving you that flank watch. But the no Sentinel comps are really powerful here on Corrode. on attack and even on defense, they could be very, very good. So I actually like the comps that both teams are playing. They go in different directions, but I have no qualms with them. A lot better than the Cypher Sage stuff anyway that somebody cooked up in the G2 camp. That one needed adjustment. 3 Stingers coming into the next round as G2 look to try to win a bonus. This A wall has been the main thing that Leaf is running with.
Yeah, pulled out as the default wall rather than the one through mid.
It's a little bit strange because normally you want the Viper to help you take some mid control. And you normally see teams with the double duelist relying more on the site execs. Double initiator, not as much.
B pressure early on here by G2, looking to take the orb up. TP committed to as well, so now they're starting to pile bodies over towards the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, Valen's definitely messed with T1's defensive setup at the moment, but there's still a Vice to get through over here. A wall, and when the wall gets contact, a flash.
Yeah, Meteor is able to swing off of that one.
And Meteor can just jump peek this the whole time because Leaf hasn't committed this orb in the direction. Normally there's an orb that lands on top of bricks right here. And Meteor wouldn't be able to jump peek it.
Still going to hold it down. G2 was looking for the reaction, perhaps, reclearance.
That seems to suggest they don't realize the Vice is here.
Yeah.
Because if the Vice wall is in A main, they're not going to be clearing that deep.
The wall cuts it up, Haunt spots and reveals Izu's position. The dash backing away here, but Meteor does find himself stray Jorgamo. Leaf is also forwards past that wall, but he's very much alone with that timing that he's caught. He's off to the side here. Nightfall now can get a bit of a move on him. The drop down and lay it down at his feet. Izu needs that defense and needs that response. T1 trying to at least approach rapidly to the scene. They're trying to help that fight happen and occur, but the backstab picked apart from the seams. G2 still not ready for this fight to be taken. T1 are so damn fast here, and time ran short. Jonah P can't quite land that shot. One bullet would have helped. With how low Buzz is, T1 still hold on. 2 players surviving against the bonus.
They look dangerous for a moment there. Jorg giving away his life a little easily, and Leaf caught by the Saturate. But the Fate Ultimate offered them an opportunity, and as you say, Valen just had, I mean, look at that. He has no clue that there's a player already that deep on the corner.
Let's go, guys!
So danger averted, but also look at the buy here for G2. It's not like it's amazing. There's an Outlaw. That's got 3 targets that it could pluck.
Yeah, it could do some work.
Yeah, so Leaf very deliberately going over to that. And again, the Vice set up over towards A. The wall as well in that direction.
On a flash.
My ult's ready.
DH will have to respect that. Dimensional Drift has been earned up. Prior work put in.
Same kind of call here from Valen.
Contact reclearing. Trent needs to try and hold that down. It's good. Quick with the reaction, so Izu's going to be dropped. Meteor is right there behind him. If he goes down, the setup on A does too.
To be honest, the setup on A is already going to be under serious threat because Jorgamo's ultimate. He's going to find out exactly what's going on. The clone already triggered the wall as well.
Not broken.
I mean, A is very weak currently.
Dimensional Drift sets the tone for the rest of this round now. Smoke's propped up. Util being used as well for due diligence. Meteor to salvo at his feet. He's forced forwards into the fight here. There's a lot of information gathered up by Jorgamo off and around. That's a re-clear. Chord 4 sees down at the feet to try and defend. A lot of damage done, but at least still grabbing his one. There's a fight on those multiple fronts. The A site, though, is given up. Forced to by T1. They lose enough players in the process. Leaves it down to that 2v4.
If you can't find an easy kill here, you might want to go for a save. The edge is poking.
Last player
Yeah,
standing.
Leaf still watching it.
I think you've got to save at this point. But Jorg, oh, I was going to say Jorg is coming around behind, but it's Leaf with a headshot. Takes down DH from long distance. That Outlaw got so much value. But also, the calling here from Valen is ruining T1. He's B defaulting at the start of the round and then just going back into the Viper setup.
One enemy.
The clone is breaking the wall. There was only 1 player on the site the whole time as well. There's no chance for T1 when their defensive rotate to put 3 players on the opposite site. Valen's finding the weak site and ending A almost every time. Again, Viper wall goes towards A. T1 not really abusing it by dominating mid. Not getting info on B quickly enough to re-clear. I mean, at the moment, why would you change anything?
No, same stuff, same setup.
It's T1 that need the adjustment quickly. I'd be tempted if I was Autumn to try to call attack timeout here, actually. Might see it before the next rifle round.
Adjustments needed. Oh, shots. Buzz barely puts his body away from it here. Still alive, though, for now. Time can be your biggest enemy when you're up against an eco, though. It's definitely being played by G2.
Yeah, nobody over towards A main, so I don't think this is going to be the same from Valen. This might be the round where they put a bit of pressure B and actually end in that direction.
Drawing for the clearance. Hearing a lot of that util. Thorn's going to be deaded nice and early.
He's hitting the heavy side this time.
Yeah. Pre-aiming in multiple directions, looking for the horn, looking for signs of life all over. Leaf is very much out in the open down towards mid, but here it is. Util's going to be exchanged. Handshake there with a stun, the paranoia. There's 30 seconds left. Jorgamo does get his pick, but where the hell are you going? Straight into Izu. Holding close though, that hindered to try and slow them down once more. But oh my god, it doesn't stop Leaf, does it? Right around the corner, right click in your face. No denying that. Trying to push back. And time was short, but it's played down to the tiniest of details. And with 11 seconds left, they will be able to get that plant down.
Spike planted.
No way for Meteor to contest in this spot. And what could have been a very dangerous round just ends up with G2 testing that pressure on B, realizing that it was a bit too much and backing out. That's the advantage of the Yoru, I suppose. Because Jorg was able to get in, have a feel, escape, and then even found a kill, I think, through a smoke towards the end as well.
Yeah. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, there it is. Onto the edge. And here comes this timeout from T1. I'm more a fan of taking these before the ecos, but I think it's fine either way here. Autumn's got to come up with an adjustment, though. Because right now,
Same setup, though, for T1 in terms of device util over towards A.
There is no fight left in them now.
But completely swapping up where G2 are playing. So the defaulting happening towards A while Leaf controls B. And I think this is because they're anticipating a trap play on B.
Yeah, look at that. Holding their ground. Ready for it. Just in case, T1's comp does have that potential for explosive power. Be able to take a fight rapidly on their own terms. Deep down mid.
T1 controlling mid at the start of this round, and the op posted on this line.
Big spots it. Crazy peek as well. It's just spamming with a couple of bullets, but doesn't really want to contest with the rest of that.
It's good information as well. It tells you a lot about the defensive setup. You know that A is going to be stacked. You know that T1 have mid. Question is now, how did G2 deal with that? Bold from E2 as well.
Yeah.
Good info for his team, but how far do you want to get onto this line?
It's a lot of angles to clear there. It's very brave. It's deep though. T1 to be able to stack this one over. Bit of spam and straight shots, that's straight into the smoke. So Jorgamo gone. He's the initiator factor, really. The only duelist that can play off of most of this. Off of that drone, 30 seconds left roughly here. Nightfall's going to be hard committed. T1 just trying to stun this one. DH getting a bit of a move on. Running down here, the horn has to be broken, and Izu, he's way out open. It's 20 seconds left roughly. He's trying to get the backstab going for them because G2 are none the wiser. They have to clear all sorts of sections here. This is chaos. In a few final moments here, trying to go all the way up and already returning T1. They collapse from every single side. Calling a G2 for as much as we're praising it. Got away from him there.
Yeah, well, I think that's a great adjustment called by Autumn, too. Great usage of attack timeout to completely give your team a different defensive setup that worked wonders. The fact that E2 wasn't pushed off that B line allowed everybody else on T1 to be stacking over towards mid and A. Makes an A exec almost impossible. And then you saw that scramble at mid. So, really nice idea from T1. See if they run something similar again here. And Meteor can also hold on to a site a bit more easily himself because now he has a steel guard.
Mark 2.
Decoy.
Clone going to be broken this time. Hinder on the other side of things as well will force that TP back out, so the wall remains up for T1.
It's a similar idea, but it's DH jiggle peeking instead of an op in this direction. And G2 realize they need to push this B player off the line, and that'll pull more defenders back to B. So now you can go back and re-clear through mid. So Valen already adjusting to this new defensive idea from T1.
Interesting smoke. As well, what a wide face. Meteor Dyson with death here, buddy. Deep TP as well is committed for, and Jogamo happy to take that fight. He was set up with that util.
Well, now you can split B.
And now going to be applying that. That's heat turned up now onto these T1 players. They make a snap call, trying to take that fight over towards B main. Maintain control of it. Flip the side away, but G2 are not the ones going into this. It's Trent left to contain, and he's just absolutely ruined them. Ruined their day.
That's an unbelievable play from Trent in that spot.
It's all gone wrong on every single area.
Spike planted.
I mean, I love the on-the-fly adjustment from T1 to decide to fight over B main there. They got the jump immediately onto Leaf, but Trent, playing like he was at the start of the year, best player in the world kind of form there to pick up both of them. Yeah, he has cooled down over the course of the year, but you still get glimpses of it like that.
Ulting Neon in your face and landing that shot.
Yeah, just a clean one-tap with the Vandal. And you see the call too. G2 were thinking about going for a B split, and then once Trent got pressured, they were like, well, now we're going to have to go into a weird A split through spawn. And Trent's like, nah, don't worry, boys. I just cleaned up both of them, and the spike goes back in their direction.
He's just backing away, playing his life, and Izu doesn't even get to keep that operator. A consolation prize into the next tier. Now 5-2 for G2.
And Valen's done a good job in that round of recognizing the problem. Going to push the B player off the line.
G2 very good at making those snap calls as well to pivot.
Yeah, the double initiator gives you a good way of being able to contest mid in the mid round. Especially when the defenders are not running a Viper wall too. I mean, if you were running a Viper wall that went through mid, maybe it'd be a bit more difficult, but you wait out DH's smoke and you don't have too much to worry about. Oh, here's the Aspas play.
Yep, here it is, trying to make a play towards it. Let's see if they're even ready for it. Yes, they are. Players in spawn ready to defend. Jonah P, a couple of stray bullets with the help of the rest of his team.
It's incredible how quickly the pros adjust.
Yeah, already ready for it. And Leaf, of course, always tracking the money in the economy. Knows that he's up against no armor, half armor, whatever it might be.
Give it a couple of weeks and you won't even be able to get away with that playing ranked. Everyone's
going to be holding for it. But close there, Buzz. Not able to play. Cheeky little angle and corner. This is G2 systematically ripping apart the map.
And the ults that they're getting online are monstrous too.
Yeah, it's a dangerous comp. You don't really want to get it going, but they don't really have an option at this point. T1.
I mean, in the next round, you can combo together
Spike planted.
the Nightfall with Jorg or Valin getting into a deep position.
Yep.
You know, a teleport from Jorg or even the Omen ultimate, right? And then any space that you get on site, you have a pick going down. It's going to become extremely difficult for T1 on a map that I think even with these comps probably should still be a bit defense-sided. But it's tough to say when we've got double duelist on one side, double initiator with no Senti on the other. But, you know, at the very least it should be even, and G2 look like they're running away with it on a map that has been their worst.
What fast adjustments G2 have had to make as well. They've had real, no time, I can imagine. Not really much practice in terms of completely alternating the composition you want to play. Because it is a big change. You're going from a double initiator from the double Senti.
Yeah, they're still playing their so slow style. But, yeah, a lot of the details do shift up. Huge credit to them. What?
Hello?
I tell you.
Is he okay?
He's got a problem with someone.
Yeah, lead paint stare, I think. I don't know. He's been doing that often. That's a flash, though. Unable to really break the horn. So DH, he's out in the open. Jorgamo pounces on the chance. That's a deep hit to try and get him into the B side. This is offloaded nice and early. Unorthodox almost, but Buzz is given a bit of space as well to try and play his way in. Does at least delete that, so the ult's not going to be getting too much value with the TP, but Jorgamo happy to clean up the rest.
Flashing off the info that the Omen ult gives you is diabolical. G2 are in position. 5v3. Utilizing those ults like I was talking about to be able to get themselves into a great spot, and even doing a hard punish there, right off the round rip onto DH. They know that someone is going to be trying to play aggressive on B because that's what Autumn told them to do coming out of the tag timeout. And G2 are like, well, since we know you're going to be there, I guess we'll just punish you with a flash haunt setup and run you down.
That's filthy stuff here from G2.
Even if that had been Itsu with the AWP, he would have been pressed to get out of there, I think, quickly with the light speed.
Come on! Get out of here, man!
God, it's 7-2 already, Valin. Let them keep their guns. Give them a hope.
Just disgusting stuff. Stacks praying here that he can keep hold of the weaponry, but look at that movement, man. There's just no way. And this is G2, they're making a mockery of T1 right now.
For the love of God, have some mercy.
They've been dreaming of this match for months. They are turning up big time here. T1, they're the ones being left to adjust, and they're the ones that are using their second timeout.
This is the first comp where I've seen G2 play it, and I think it has serious legs on Corrode as well. Because considering that they've only just started.
Enemy remaining.
Yo, Meteor, can you even shoot back or no?
He's been in the shower reciting those lines, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
He's been thinking about it.
As soon as he watched the T1 documentary, he was just thinking,
Little alleyways and all sorts here, but
yeah.
it needs to be the adjustment from T1. There needs to be a turnaround because this is it. Could be the last game you play this year.
going from winning the first Masters in Bangkok. An incredible run. Cinderella, unbelievable miracle run, I think. To not even making playoffs of Champions would be a bitter disappointment for T1, for these players that have been at so many Champs events.
Jorgamo didn't even need that orb. Just took it for the sake of it, denying it from the opposition.
I mean, that is just cruelty.
Yeah. Deep smoke propped down now, would have drone to set the pace now potentially being brought towards it, but again, it is just slow and steady and always has been on this attack side for G2.
It's quite a nice haunt from Stax. He threw a haunt over towards B main and cleared out that space. Now, it didn't clear everything, but it has meant that they're not calling for reinforcements, and they've still got a spread defensive setup where they might be able to flood and defend and help Meteor, but it's going to come down to Sheriff shots. The weaponry is just so light for T1.
Dimensional drift here. It's going to be pointing out all the usual suspects, players, positions. Noted, Meteor does have a big ult for this one, but the Armageddon's going to be committed anyway. There's a Sheriff shot for you. Jorgamo almost going down to a bit of friendly fire. Meteor really delivering in a spot like this here. Convergent power was considered. Sidestep buzz is rapid. Right to the side. Firing off on every single cylinder. T1 say, we are not done yet. Going to try and take the fight straight to them. They burn them right back.
Where has that round come from? T1 coming out with a MasterCard Swifty, but why are G2 committing every ultimate?
Yeah, I'm thinking about Meteor's ult. Steel Garden could have been perfect against a big buy like this when you're on the pick of guns, but he just takes the fight anyway.
He doesn't go for it. And then also, they do the same thing I've seen G2 do before, where Jorgamo mistimes himself playing around Trent's ult, takes a bunch of damage from it. I mean, that is a weird one. That is a strange round for T1 to be able to pick up.
Yeah.
But that's wiped out a lot of the ults on the side of G2. Whoa. Early spam battle, buzz down to 15 health.
Lucky to be alive in that spot here. TH is, there's no way you're disrespecting this, man. You're trying to get ahead of this. There's a horn in your face. Where you going? Nowhere to survive that spot.
This game is getting mad.
Yeah, mistakes being opened up, perhaps from the pressure. The understanding that this could be your last time to perform on the stage. Especially for T1. And already from behind. I mean, where's Valen come from? How's he got here? Straight up through mid. No consideration for it. Even spotting signs of life for Meteor. We'll have to respect that, though, with a snakebite drop down at your feet. So, as quickly as T1 win around, looks like it's going to be answered back.
A collapse for T1 in this. And even that opening pick onto DH, he's having a rough game today.
He's having a hard time.
He's been asked to do quite a lot. They really want that aggressive B line because it helps out their information game so much, but he's just getting punished time and again. Yeah. The flash haunt combos are too much for him to be able to stand up against.
Needs some help, really, doesn't he?
It puts Meteor in a weird spot too, because when you're in a 4v5 like that, you don't know whether you really want to run in and help and try to burn your ultimate.
Last player standing.
And then, oh yeah, Leaf's behind,
yeah,
just like Valen was earlier on.
I guess, okay. And easy with the operator. Hoping that he can save it here in a spot like this. Does adjust the aim in time. Leaf's gone down, and it's a big map, so he might be able to save it.
But T1 need the last round.
They do.
Last round of the half here, and it's desperation already, and they've lost the ult. They've lost the ult.
Oh, well, there's no way they're going to get to him in time. You're right, though. They need this last round. They need it now. It's just overwhelming. Just the opening B setup, just a flash and a horn. It's very simple. The T1 have not found an answer towards, and you can feel that pressure. Look at it on his face.
Yeah.
He's really starting to stack up now.
He really knows he's let his team down there with how he's played that. Devastating when you've got a rookie as well, especially under such a high pressure, you know, team culture.
After that T1 documentary, not too much faith they're going to be bringing up the spirits, but we'll see. Clone dealt with early here. Izu very much alone, but he does have a little bit of help there from the side avenues. A-link position, double face through the smoke. Overwhelms Buzz. Really hard timing to take. Salvo's at your feet, DH. Sound cues cut away. Feeling that heat has been turned up, and even expecting that re-peek. Izu does land the shot. Jonah P gone. Players making sure to reinforce this A side. They're in position to really push back. G2 are still squaring up to try and take it. This isn't posturing. No more players across the board here, but a spam into the box alongside it. But again, anyone is Izu's target. Double dash now to get back to safety here. One bullet left. We'll commit to that reload, and his team does have pretty good defense here. Stalwart is the nature of it, and Izu's still covering for it. The fourth round is earned for T1. The lifeline that they were looking for.
Buzz had to watch from the sidelines after dropping early in that round, and I thought that they crumbled, the pressure getting to them, but Izu steps up, gets 3 big kills at DH. Redemption for him after a couple of rounds where he fell early on. He's been so good since being added to this team. It's rough to see him not quite perform out there, but 2 big ones towards the end. Maybe that'll reset his mental for the next and most critical half.
Definitely potential for it. Maybe it's salvageable here for T1, but for now we're going to send it down to the stage for a nice and quick interview. Blows to make it all the way here, to have this be your final game. They can't stand it, and they've got to step up. They don't want that to be the case. They don't want that to be carved into stone as their legacy for 2025.
I like the idea of G2 putting 3 players on B because this composition loves B popping. Neon Wele, very powerful at that, but T1 subverting expectations and just silently contact walking up to the smoke in mid. Prowler through it, but they are going into the stacked side.
Paranoia does connect. Well, it's going to be slowed down here. These players are trying to hard anchor into their spot. Jorgamo is also hard committed. Frenzy in hand will commit. That TP now gets the hell out of there. T1 being hounded and pestered from every single direction here. They can't win a fight. Plant is down for them. That's the only thing they got. Izu and Meteor are going to have to really step up. With the way that G2 are playing the discipline, it's in their blood. It runs deep here, and there's going to be that instant response with the swing, leaping into the fight like a salmon upstream. Trent delivering death blow after death blow here. It's a pistol round now, up to 9 rounds for G2. And T1, they're in a dire, dire spot.
Kind of situation where you might even think about going for a force buy, actually. Not that they got very many kills, only 2 people fell, but at least you got the plan down. But, I mean, you really are in a rough position now. G2 running away with things. And this is a reminder for anyone who hasn't been keeping up.
I have 4 kills on pistol and 7 in total.
Yeah, that's the life of an initiator sometimes.
Perfect call. Perfect call.
Yeah, that B stack, like I was saying, was a really good anticipation of what T1 were going to do, and they don't go for the force T1 here. Going to allow G2 to get up to double digits.
This would get very bloody if T1 just decided to go all in here. Leaf holding down towards elbow. He's got that judge in hand. High ground has to be smoked off. A lot of presence, a lot of pushback here, but T1 not looking to commit.
Meteor maybe trying to take a fight against Valen in mid.
He's got a sheriff.
Slip past.
He's got a sheriff. Spotted the player. Should be set up for it as well. No way, man.
Valen's stinger is unbelievable. How does it hit like that?
Yeah.
Perfect first bullet accuracy. Aim punches Meteor immediately. No response. No chance. When you look at the stats, G2 are, across stage 2, the best team in the world when it comes to defense. Some people talking about them just farming an easy region in Americas, but they're out here doing it against some other teams too.
Now that judge trying to make good work with it as well.
One enemy
Ignoring about pulling out the util, but it leaves him just down to Izu. He does pick it back up, but again, not long for the world in a spot like that. Almost flawless, 1 short of it. But G2 didn't come here to play, they came here to make a statement.
And then we're talking about revenge. I think they weren't really just motivated to win this game. They were motivated to crush this game. I think it's indicated by the words that Valen was using where he was talking about making their lives miserable, knocking them out in groups here.
4 players of G2 stacked up, looking to make it bloody. Skirmish has opted into here with a blind and a flash around their face, but there is no response with a hinder. Slowly gliding back down to the ground, still overextending. Jorgamo's there, lying in wait, outlaw in hand.
There's no way they anticipated 4 players being over here.
Crazy.
And Jorg's already out.
Dips himself back, looking for the potential reaction at T1, but they're left reeling, wondering.
So much
Again.
faster around the map for G2.
BTS, instant traded. Trent is there, hot on the heels.
Locating target.
He's out in the open when he's drunk, this, no?
Yeah.
Guy does not care. Right from mid. DH should be able to get a free kill. Only the box covering. Yeah, there it is. So, punish in sight. 2v2 now. T1 have themselves an in.
Slowly moving around the map. Stacks and DH. They might hear that footstep over towards A. It's only the clone. And Jorg's got an outlaw, so both of these players with full armor don't have too much to worry about. They should be able to get a spike plant down, but Jorg can be nasty in these kind of spots, and any damage is going to be tough for T1 to recover from. They need 6 rounds just to get the gap back.
Yeah. Plant down then.
Planted.
If you're T1, you've got to be thinking 1 round at a time is how you take it. Guns picked up and reclaimed. Bit of a recycling operation here, but it's all watched for and managed by DH with Leaf and Jorgamo put to dust. So T1, they survive. 2 players intact, 2 guns going into the next tier. You do have to take it, thinking about it 1 round at a time, 1 step at a time.
Grenade is live. Launching missile. Grenade is live.
G2 had so many things going on in this round. The fight over towards A, the stack, going back, re-clearing down mid. T1 a lot slower to respond. Still came out the better of it towards the end, but not inspiring too much confidence. Meteor's 1 away from an ultimate, though, that could be extremely important in a round like this.
I'll find you.
Over the top of the horn, there's no real posturing here from G2 over towards B main, so they'll have the opportunity. A lot of YouTube being sent in for the wide exit, but no coverage here. Jorgamo, he can just tuck himself into the shed. Picks out DH like it's nothing, and that's no more smokes available now for T1. Play disadvantage, get themselves onto the site. Not giving a plan to Meteor, he's not going to have his ult for the next.
I don't know why Meteor doesn't play for ults more often, but never mind.
Grenade is live.
Yeah, we're going to see a fight taken anyway out towards Link. That's a stun connecting. Slowing him down, they really want to take this fight towards him. Trent is in a bit of damage. No way, man! He's applying a hurt! And that's salt in the wounds at this point. 3 kills. He was complaining about all of them coming from the pistol rounds. After this, I don't think that's going to be the case. Salvos drop down. Circles of death here and denying any chance of retaking, coming back into that round. 11 now for G2.
Stacks can feel it slipping away, can't he? Individually not having the world's greatest game, but also these execs not looking quite as drilled as DRX, for example. Domestic rivals of T1. Former home of some of these T1 players as well. They have the Yoru, the flashes coming through. Plus this Neon not throwing the wall there for DH to be able to get a clean TP into the corner. T1 not looking quite as drilled. And I don't know why Meteor didn't just pick up the orb and go for a free ult into the B side to open.
Little details going to miss.
Very far a miss, because now onto an eco round and you essentially have to give G2 match point. They'll be begging to get some stinger value here.
Trying to really just send it flying forwards. That Seas connects though. Like a bungee cord, going to be springing his players right back, but Meteor might be able to get it done. That's a Sheriff. Makes it sing up towards mid, and that's a wide face as well, setting them up for success with these fights. T1 have access to the site.
Yeah, the thrifties are working for them, aren't they?
Maybe that's part of the key as well, just trying to send it a little more, taking those risks. Meteor making sure to cover those angles, and he's even got a bit of backup. TH going to be joining him. Jonah P sidestepping, but doesn't really want to overcommit into this. Hold on, that gun picked up. There's a good punish in sight. 1v4 for Jonah. Spot like this. Back is open though to Izu.
Thrifty.
He'll deliver it. It's execution style here. Massacre Thrifty for T1.
It's the second one that I remember on this map. So that's at least a third of the rounds for T1 coming off the back of winning Thrifties. And maybe it's to do with the pace like you're talking about, Brent. Maybe they just need to be playing with a little, I don't know, more...
less respect.
Yeah, more whimsy.
Yeah.
Sending it.
the back of that round loss, you're seeing an immediate adjustment. It's a timeout taken by G2.
The T1 assistant coach. And it looks like everybody heading over towards A apart from Meteor. Now, E2 one away from an ultimate, so it might just be a play for this ult orb. See what the opener looks like.
Doing a thing.
Spot Jonah P. So Hinden's going to be laid down to his feet, but he does just escape and dodge the eye, but not the shots. Izu.
What an entry.
Yeah, like a lightning bolt. He's all the way in. Valen just trying to tuck to the side here. That dodge and juke to the side. It's an instant trade by Stacks. It needed to be so. Has to be clean from this point on by T1. On their way back in. Maybe they've hit onto the mark of what they needed to do. That was fast, pacey stuff by T1.
Face your fear.
Compalaus and even a Nightfall committed. Feel how tenuous this is. They want to hold on to any lead they possibly have. Give no possibility for G2 to get back in with Jorgamo done. Drop back to that spectator seat. Bit of spam and a salvos though into the appropriate corner again, but it is that 2v3. Looks like G2 don't want to play for it though.
Both players caught by the Fade ultimate, locked out by a smoke.
Next turn. Hold on, T1 are just hunting these players down.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I mean, technically a 1v1, but actually just Leaf trying to get out of here with
trying to
the
survive.
weapon in his hand. This was a must-win round for T1. And it's that fast pace again.
Yeah. That might be the ticket.
And they weren't shy about using ultimates as well. I mean, they weren't playing for the ult at the start. They were playing to trying to punish the player who was denying the ult orb.
God.
Really big catch there at the very start of the round on the Jonah P. G2, their economy, left reeling. And this is where the doubts might start to trickle in just a little. You've lost 2 rounds in a row, now your economy's pushed down again. Certainly if they lose another big rifle round, G2, we're going to be talking about mental resilience.
Bring them down.
G2 are trying to gamble on the Thrifty here. They had 4 bodies heading over towards B. Now that Prowler and Paranoia are coming through, these defenders are going to start running towards Jonah P's side.
Jonah P is posturing, pretending like there's more players backing him up here. Firing out the util, Smoke's going to be able to help him out, potentially slow down, but T1, they don't respect it. They're going to be sending it flying forwards here. Jonah P could be in a bit of a difficult spot. Stun connection as well. There's connections as well, though. From the Sheriff in the hands of Jorgamo, convergent paths has to be committed. It's getting dangerous now. T1, they don't want to lose grip of it. When you have the advantage, you send it. You know how good G2 can be with that weaker weaponry.
But they're all retaking from the same position. It normally doesn't work on Corrode.
Dimensional Drift even being committed. It's going to be able to get them all the way in here. This is ult's committed from G2's side of things, even if they don't have the weapons. A salvo into the corner, spotting out Izu. That's disconnected him from the rest of the pack. T1, you're going to have to step up now and really put the shut down onto these G2 players. Their weaponry has to be an advantage you play into, but with the rifles in hand, it's not doing too much at all. Smoke's in the face, angle being held. Stacks has got this one surely on lock, but it's left to just him. In a spot like this, in a 1v2, time taken away. But he needs to find it, needs to find it now. He will. T1, stay alive.
Enormous mental reserves there from Stacks, popping off in the comms afterwards as well. He had to stand firm, had to be the pillar for his team to rely on. Was fragging earlier on in this game, heading towards the bottom of the scoreboard, but there does exactly what's required of him. What a chaotic moment. There were definitely chances for G2 to win. And now they've got rifles up. Another round where Meteor could get big value out of his ultimate. You've got to have a set game plan around this one.
Hooked up again. B-man with a pit, drop down, lay it out. It's going to billow through. So Leaf has control, but that is not where T1 are setting their sights. A has been working.
It has.
They don't want to change it up.
If you try to jump spot, you get punished by the waylay.
Almost one of the angles here. Slaying through. Now here it is. Steel Garden sweeping past. Players going to be committed and weapons torn away from G2's grasp, so they can't contest this one. Pretty real estate for T1. The Nightfall is going to be answering straight back here. G2 are saving these ults for the rainy day. It happens to be now. It's pouring for them. They're going to try and billow out into the back of the side here. Finding some targets. Izu again, hard committed into the corner. Samq's going to be cut away from him here. All comes down to the trades and the shots. G2, the ones on top. Finding it. Flash, dodged and avoided. Stacks really stepping up, and now he's the last one left. To Nightfall committed, hard forwards, and right from the side, the flank. That's a bitter one, and it's going to hurt for T1. In that spot, really feeling strained, forced, and pulling a util. The ultimate's out of them. They had to use everything, but it is G2 now up to 12.
You can't ask that much of Stacks 2 rounds in a row. This time as well with the player behind him. Incredible patience here from Lee. He was the only player coming from a different angle, and he waited, baited his team, but perfectly done.
Nice!
Comes around the back, grabs 2. Pressure on T1, but the economy not good for G2 either. A Stinger, a Judge, and no ults to work with. Yeah. No great ults, to be honest, on either team, but Buzz might still be able to tear some people apart with this one.
And a weaker weaponry hasn't stopped G2 in the past here. There still is the impetus. Every single round counts at this point for T1.
Retrieving flash.
Got to give it their all, otherwise they are done, finished.
4 in a row just to get to overtime.
Yeah.
4 match points here for G2. More than they ever had in the Bangkok Grand Finals, and that was over the course of 5 maps. A banger. This one could close in 2.
High Tide, a bit of fake presence and pressure coming from T1. They're looking to see if they can pull rotates. Across the map there. Dawn to try and cut off the available avenues. Open, sightline out up to heaven. Needs to be watched for. A couple of shots as well going either side. No one falling casualty though. And through mid as well. Looks like this is a bit of late delayed pressure. Valorant still holding it in the game. A Timing's just spotted it. Bullet's going to be rattling there through the wall though. Buzzu shrugs off the damage. Meteor, you need to be winning that now. Valin, classic in hand. He's done more than enough damage here with the Judge into close proximity. This is really dangerous. T1 are being ripped apart, ripped to shreds. And leaves toying with them, playing with their food. They put them in the grave and they send them home.